Good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome to today's training on the new commission hub and the credit card authorization form. My name is Mark Krebs. I'm a gold qualified consultant with Team Sunset, part of Team Empire and Team Rising Tide and Team World Explorer. It's great to have you guys along for this journey today. What we're going to be talking about is really how to get your authorization forms completely filled out correctly, and then how to navigate the new commissions hub. So for those of you who have been here with us for a while, you remember how frustrating the old commission tracking forms were. So we would be putting in like individual forms, but we would never have any organization to them. So you would put them in, and then you would have to scroll through them all to find the different ones for your various trips. With the new commissions hub, guys, it is life-changing, okay? Because we can set these commission tracking forms up in individual trips and submit them. If we add something later, we can resubmit. I mean, it's absolutely amazing, and I'm going to go through all of that for you today. We are not going to go through group booking commission tracking forms tonight, okay? That will be a separate training in September when I go over how to book groups. Okay, that will be one of my trainings in September. I believe I'm going to do that on September 10th, but stay tuned for that training. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into this. So let me minimize some stuff. All right, can everyone see my screen? And I'm just getting my chat box back up.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. All right. So does everybody know how to get to your credit card authorization forms? Through the Travel Cafe.
Yes.
All right. So let me get logged in here. And let me go through the Travel Cafe. Okay, so for those of you who don't, it is going to be listed under forms and then credit card authorization form. Okay. You're going to click on that, and then you are going to click on for client CC authorization form. And then you're going to click on USA English. Now, if you are bilingual or you have a client who would prefer it in Spanish, you can select the USA Spanish one. Okay, and you can fill it out with your information just like I'm going to show you how now. So we're going to click the USA English one. Now, you do need to have Adobe Reader downloaded on your computers. Okay, Adobe Reader. Do not use any other PDF program. Use Adobe Reader. And the reason why is because these are all fillable. Okay, so I'm going to do the example here. You are going to put in your business name. 70. So mine is 72 and Sunny Travel. This is the only. I had to make sure I spelled travel right. This is the only time that you are required to put your home address on anything. Okay. And the reason for this is because in case of a dispute or a chargeback, the credit card companies must know that you are working from a physical location. Okay. In the 11 years that I have been doing this and the hundreds to thousands of credit card authorization forms that I have sent out, not one time have I ever had a client try to find me at my home. Okay. Not once. So my home address is 420 Franklin Street. You're going to put your city, your state, your zip, your business phone number, and your email address. And if it's too long, you see how Adobe automatically shrinks it. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the spots where you have to fill out. So Steve, if you live abroad, you're going to use the credit card authorization forms for your region. Okay. So where do you live? Okay. So you're going to use the Latin American one. So, and then to find it, you're going to do the same thing. So we're going to go back into the travel cafe and we'll go back. You can go to international agents, Mexico and LATAM. And I have it to convert Spanish. And you see right down here, it says credit card authorization form. So you'll click on that. Again, it'll bring up the for client CC auth form. So you'll hover over that. And you would use the Mexico one in Spanish, because those are the credentials you're going to be using, because Mexico and LATAM are the same thing. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay, perfect. Because there are different license numbers that we have for Mexico and Latin America. And there's a different logo down here. You get rid of this. There's a different Archer logo down here that has to be on there, and there are different license numbers as well. So now this first blank is where the credit card holder is going to put their name. Now, most likely that is going to be the traveler or the primary traveler. Where it says independent contractor, you're going to put your name, not your business name. Okay. Then you're going to put the name of the guest. In most cases, it's going to match what's up here. Okay. Then you're going to put the type of trip. So a package, a cruise, a hotel only, flight only, etc. You'll put the supplier name, so like Apple Vacations. And when you are filling these out, guys, and getting ready to charge your clients, make sure you are telling your clients that the charges are going to be coming from that supplier, and name the supplier to your clients. Okay, that way your clients will not be confused when they see on their credit card statement that it's coming from like Viator, okay, or Apple Vacations. Okay. The only time it wouldn't come from one of them and it would come from you is if you are charging a service fee directly to your client. Okay, does that make sense? And then you would put your business name into the supplier name on the credit card authorization form. You'll put the confirmation or booking number here, departure date, and return date. And that is all you, the travel agent, technically has to fill out. Okay, your client will fill everything else out. The contact name, the name as it appears on the card, the last 4 digits of the card. Okay, now, right down here in red, this is where people get confused. Okay, not so much about the part about the photo, the copy of the ID, but about the credit card. Okay, you're, yes, Tina, you will need, if you're using multiple suppliers, you will need a credit card authorization for every single supplier. Okay. So if you're using 6 different suppliers for the same booking, it is 6 different credit card authorization forms. Now, when it comes to the picture of the credit card, okay, the client is not going to put in the entire number here for security reasons. You are going to be on the phone with the client. You're going to write that number down, or you're going to put it in directly to the supplier's website. My suggestion is write it down along with the expiration date, CVV2 code, and the address, city, state, zip. Okay. The reason for that is so that you can have that information handy if you are making multiple purchases through multiple suppliers and you're not having to call your client and asking them for the same credit card number over and over again. Now, one thing I will say about that, if you use a CRM like Travify or TravelJoy, I use TravelJoy personally. You can actually securely save that credit card information in your client's profile in TravelJoy, and it is password protected. So nobody else can get into it, and it is bank level encryption. So that means if anybody even gets into the servers, they can't get into it. So, and then by law, if you have the client, well, in TravelJoy, you will put the client's CVV2 number, so that security code number, the 3 or 4 digit number, it's 4 digits for American Express. That you will actually tag, or it will actually hold that a number in your TravelJoy account or in your client's profile for 60 days, and then it will go away and be deleted per federal law and PCRA regulations. Okay. So for security purposes, then all you would have to do is ask your client if they want to use the same card and just ask them for the CVV2 number again. And you can put it back into TravelJoy to have it. But when the clients are sending you the photo of the credit card, they can black out all but the last 4 numbers on the card. So the first 12 for Visa, MasterCard, and Discover, and the first 11 for American Express. Okay, does that make sense? All right. Then I would suggest that you put in the total charge to the card. So yes, Steve, you will need 2 different, for every separate supplier that you are using and charging your client's card, you will need a separate credit card authorization for each supplier. Okay, so if it's 2 different suppliers, you're going to need 2 separate credit card authorization forms. If it's 6, you're going to need 6. If it's 20, you're going to need 20. No, you do need to fill it out for instant commission because you are still charging your client's credit card, Leah. So anytime you charge your client's credit card, then you will need to fill this out. Tina, that's a great question about needing 2 different forms if there's a deposit and then a final payment later. That is how I do it, just to cover myself in case there is a dispute on any of the charges. So if your clients are making payments, say it's a cruise and it's 22 months out. Okay, so I have clients that are going to be booking a cruise for February of 27. They're going to pay the $750 deposit, and then they're going to make payments up until that 120-day mark. For every single payment, I'm going to be sending them a credit card authorization form to sign for every single payment I make with the supplier for them. Now, every single one of those credit card authorization forms also have to be held for 6 months after travel has been completed. Okay, so these clients are coming back on March 6th of 2027. I have to hold them until September 7th of 2027. Okay, either digitally, physically, or both. And I do both. So I always print out a copy and put it in a secure file. And then I always have it digitally password protected on a separate hard drive of mine in a password protected file. That's how I keep my client's credit card authorization form secure. Okay? So does that part make sense, guys? Perfect. Your client will fill out the expiration date, the billing address, city, state, zip, daytime, phone number, and email address. Now, down at the bottom, for those of you who have been here a while, you may remember that we used to have the travel protection waiver form. That is no more. This is your travel insurance form. Okay? So for every single trip, no matter what it is, you must offer your client the opportunity to purchase travel insurance. That box must always be checked yes. Okay? It is up to the client, and I don't know why it's double checking. I need to figure that out. It is up to the client to say yes or no. If the client declines travel insurance, it is your responsibility to inform them of what can happen should they cancel the trip. And that can include having to pay for any and all out-of-pocket costs associated with the cancellation, including the loss of up to and including the entire amount of the trip. Okay? Because they would not be covered. Your client will then sign the form. They can electronically sign it on their phone with their finger or a stylus. It does need to be a physical signature. They cannot just type in their signature. And then they will date it. And then they will send it back to you via email. Now, when you first set this up, like I have it here, what you want to do, guys, is you want to download it from Adobe. Simply all you have to do is click on this download the file button right here, but beside the print button, just click on download this file. Click on download this PDF and download PDF. Okay, you see how it comes up in my download file? So I'm just going to name this one CC Auth. I'm just going to name it CC Auth training form. And boom, it's right there. Okay. And now it has come up. It opened up for me. And this is a brand new Adobe window for me. And you see how it retained all my information? This is the way you want it to do so that you can reuse this. And I'm going to explain how to do the signature here in a moment, Martha, okay? So you can reuse this. You just rename the file for your clients. So John Doe's Viator excursions. And then I would put the date at the end of the file name so that you know what trip date it's for. Okay. Now, Martha brought up a great point. How do you do the signatures? Simply put, all you have to do is attach this form to an email. Tell your clients to make sure that they have Adobe Reader downloaded on their tablet or their phone or their computer where they can sign it. They can sign it with their mouse. It doesn't have to look pretty. But as long as it's some semblance of a signature, we're good with that. Okay. They, like I said, they just cannot type it in. So does that make sense? So you just simply attach it to an email, guys, and you see where it says fill and sign right here. They'll be able to click that and then complete their information once you have all this. So before you send it, make sure you fill this information in. So the guest name, trip type, supplier name, confirmation number, all this up to the contact name. No, it's just PDF. PDFX is not Adobe. You're thinking of Microsoft with the X at the end. Yes, they can sign it digitally with Adobe. That's the beauty of it. So if they're doing it on a mobile device, so a phone or a tablet, they can simply sign it with their finger or their stylus on their phone. So does that make sense on how to do the credit card authorization, guys? Are there any questions about the credit card authorization form? Yes, your client can do that out. And if you want to take it a step further, guys, what I do for my clients is I fill the entire thing out for them because I already have all the information for them, including their address, phone number, email from the client information sheets. So, and 90% of the time, I already have their credit card information. So that's a great question, Steve, about sending the authorization form to Archer. Most of the time, no. The only time you would have to do that is if you were doing a 21-day or less booking with the 12 different suppliers that require it. Okay, and that's another training. So you just have to follow the 21-day booking procedures for that. And we're going to get into this here in just a minute because at first, when we were doing beta testing on the new commissions hub, there was a place for us to submit the credit card authorization forms, but Archer has since taken that out. So, and I don't know if they're going to re-add that at a later date, but if they don't, wonderful. But if they do, even better, because then Archer would already have the information if we have to start to file a dispute or to fight a dispute or a chargeback or something like that with our E&O insurance, because we will already have that information in the system for that trip. So we'll keep you guys up to date on that information. Just keep in touch with your mentors on that. And I'm sure Archer will let us know. And I keep pretty close tabs on that as well, since I do this training. So any other questions on the credit card authorization form, guys? Okay. So now we are going to go. Yeah, exactly. Save it someplace secure. Like I said, I have 2 copies, 1 digital, 1 physical. And they are always secure. I have mine in a locked filing cabinet. Yes, Tanya, even if they purchase through one of your affiliate links, to protect yourself and your commission, okay, you do want to get a credit card authorization form. Even if they did it themselves, just tell them it is for their protection as well. Because they may not know that a purchase was made on their card. So that's another way of fighting fraud too. So it's always a good idea, even if they purchase through one of your affiliate links, whether it's Viator, Virgin Voyages, any of them, even through your Evo Travel Agent website. Now, for flights through your Evo Travel Agent website, you will have to get a credit card authorization form and send it to Archer. That is the only time you are required to, and it's within a certain time frame. I believe it is 24 hours. So you do have to get those when you get notified, and you have to make contact with your clients and tell them that in order to complete their booking, you need this credit card authorization form with the pictures of the ID and the credit card. Okay? And then you send it into Archer per the instructions in the email that you will receive.
I'm sorry, Mark, can you repeat that? For which one is this again?
Yep. So if you have clients that purchase airfare through your evotravelagent.com page, you will get a notification from Archer and Fare Grabber that somebody bought airline tickets through your site.
Okay.
It will say that you need to get a credit card authorization form signed by your client and sent back to Archer within a certain time frame. I believe it is within 24 hours of the purchase, because those tickets will actually be held and not fully booked until they receive that credit card authorization form, until Archer actually receives it.
Okay. And they will get a notification once everything
the
is
tickets
good.
have actually been fully booked through the airline. Yes.
Okay. And am I gonna get notified as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And so will the
Thank you.
client.
Okay, good. Thanks.
And yes, Steve, under normal circumstances, you will always need a copy of their ID and the credit card. Always. You have to have that information. Because if Archer asks for it, along with the credit card authorization form, you have to be able to provide that. If not, your errors and omissions insurance is not going to cover you. In case of a mistake, in case of a fraudulent charge, in case of a chargeback, in case of a dispute, you will be the one liable for it because you didn't follow procedure. And it would come out of either your pocket or your commission. And we don't want that to happen. So you always need to get the copy of their ID and the credit card with all but the last 4 numbers blacked out. Okay, any other questions? Anybody? All righty. Let's move on to the new commissions hub. So, for the older agents, who has played in the commissions hub so far? Has anybody jumped into it and looked at it yet? Besides me, because I've actually got a booking in there. All right, Tina. Good. What did you think of it? Jennifer, you played in it a little bit because you've been frustrated. Yeah, exactly. So that's playing it. All right. So, okay, Jen, I'm going to walk you through everything. Okay. Okay, guys. So here's how you get to the commissions hub. It is the same way as when you were filling out your old commission tracking forms. Okay. So you go to your travel site. You're going to log into it. Or if you're already logged in, you're going to click on dashboard. In my case, I have to log in. It's going to make me do this twice today. I don't know why. My computer's being stupid. Okay. So you're going to hover over commissions. you are going to go to Commissions Hub. Now, if you are still wanting to look at your submitted commissions from the old commission tracking forms, you can still do that. Okay, so it says right here, this page will only show submitted commissions from the old commission tracking form. Okay, guys? So like you can see, my last one was submitted back on January 24th of this year, and I've been paid out on it. So I don't even need to look at any of these anymore. It's great. And then the paid commissions, you can still see these running totals are going to include are from the old commission tracking forms. Okay. So to get into, and then where's my commission is going to be the same thing. So if you have commissions that have not been paid out after 60 days, this is still where you're going to go to file that where's my commission form. Okay. But to get into the Commissions Hub, guys, you just simply click on Commissions Hub. Pending commissions, Jen, let me look. I haven't seen, yeah, of course it's going to kick me out. The pending commissions have not been working that I have been seeing, but I'm going to check with the office on that. They should still be updating it. Even with the new commission tracking forms or with the new hub, but I have to double check with commissions on that. I'll send them an email tonight on it. So, but this is the new commissions hub here, guys. Okay. So I'm going to give you a step-by-step. So Jen, you're not able to see it at all? Okay, so are you in your website's back office? So when you're in your evotravelagent.com website, so you go here to your back office and you click on My Travel Site. Okay. And when you click on My Travel Site, do you see log in right here next to your picture? So you're going to log into that back office. And then it's going to bring up the dashboard, just like it always did. Okay. So, and this is the dashboard. So where you edited your profile when you first started, changed your company name, all that. And then you go over to commissions here. Yep. And then you click on Commissions Hub. You got it now? That's okay. Don't feel silly. No, you're good, Jen. You're good. Okay. So we on the same page now, Jen? Okay. This is the new Commissions Hub, guys. And like a couple of people have said, Jessica has said, Tina has said, this is absolutely amazing, guys, because it gives us the ability to edit trips. Okay, so I am going to show you how simple it is to create a new trip and to create a new commission tracking form. Felicia, what do you mean by if nothing shows? Go ahead and unmute and tell me what you mean by that.
So I've done some bookings, and none of them are showing when I in the new commission area. But if I go to,
so when were your bookings for? Because the Commissions Hub, did you fill out this? Did you go into this and fill it out, or did you fill it out on the old form?
On the old form.
Okay, then that would be under your old in the submitted commissions on the old side, like I showed you first.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where that's going to be. And then the paid commissions, would be right there as well.
Because when I last looked, I didn't see anything there. I saw the commissions, but it didn't show me anything had been paid out. But
Okay, when were
a
the
few
trips?
things had been. So 2 were in May, and then I was paid early for a trip that is upcoming.
Was it a cruise that was paid early?
Yeah, for a cruise. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, and that's fine. Just check your total paid commissions.
Okay.
And then if you had a couple that were traveled in May, when in May?
May 30th,
And they got back when?
June 2nd.
Okay, those are not going to show up. If you don't see them on the 15th,
Okay.
then submit a where's my commission form on those.
And is
More
that
than likely
through
they're going to be paid out on the 15th because they can take up to 60 days to
up
be
to
paid out
60
depending on
days?
the supplier.
Okay.
Yeah, the general rule of thumb is 30 to 60 days.
So May, we're looking at June, July.
Right, but it's from the date of return.
Okay. Okay.
So,
I see what you're saying. Thank you.
It's from the return date. So if they came back on June 2nd and Archer got the upload, say July 28th, that would have been too late for the July 31st payroll run. So it'll probably run on August 15th.
Got it.
If they got the electronic payment then. So if you don't get a payment on your ADP card or in your ADP account on the 15th, actually, let me see what day of the week. Yeah, if you don't get a payment through your ADP account on Friday or earlier of next week, because they've been paying us out a day or two early.
Okay.
Then submit a where's my commission form.
Okay.
For each one that you haven't been paid out on, as long as it's been at least 60 days since they've returned.
And that will be through our travel site?
Yep. Same place under commissions. It's the bottom option.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. So to create a new commission tracking form, guys, all you have to do is simply click on new commission tracking form. You name your travel package. Okay. So this is brand new. I love it. So we're going to simply do this one. In honor of convention next year. You check the box acknowledging and accepting the terms and conditions of your agent agreement. You create it. Okay. You're going to see your agent name, your agent ID, the last modified time. You can even change the travel package name if you want. Before you submit it. Then you are going to add your travelers. Okay, so you're going to click on new traveler for your first one. You're going to put your lead traveler in first. And then you hit create. Now, here's a little shortcut. If you have multiple people traveling in the same family, simply hit duplicate primary. Watch this. And just change the name. And you see how it shows up? And you see the star is your primary traveler. Okay? Does that make sense so far? Okay. Now for your travel components. you simply click on the drop down here. It gives you activities. So anything you book in Viator, Project Expedition, or anything like that that is commissionable. So I'm going to use one. Let me just, here we go. I'm just going to use examples from my client. 7, 23, 2025. You are going to you're going to start typing the name of the supplier in here. So you see, I just put in VIA, comes up with Viator. You're going to put the start date of the activity. So 10, 23, 20, 25. It will automatically default because most activities are 1 day. What I suggest doing is copying and pasting what the name of the actual activity is so that you have that for your records. I'm not going to do that at this point. For most of us on this call, you're going to leave it at US dollar. Steve, if you're booking something in Costa Rica, you're going to use your local currency. I cannot remember what it is off the top of my head. It's been since 1994 since I've been to Costa Rica. So, but if you're booking something, say in Mexico with Xcaret or Viator, you can change that to pesos. And then the currency conversion, if your client's paid in pesos, and then you would just change this. So it would be Australian dollar, Mexican peso, or US dollar. So there's your drop down, Steve. And for everybody else. So if you're booking a client that's paying in Australian, colones, thank you. You can book it in US dollars if your client pays in US dollars, absolutely. So colones, yeah, thank you. You're going to put the total sales amount in here, and you guys should know this. Most every single supplier gives us our commission, guys. The exceptions are if you're booking hotels directly with the hotel suppliers, such as IHG, which is Holiday Inn brands. Any car rental companies that you book direct, like Thrifty, Budget, Hertz, those are 10%. Hotels are 10%, except for Marriott brands, which are only 7%. And then Tin Leg Insurance. Okay, for those of you who have not heard, Tin Leg has gone up from 17 to 18% now. So you simply multiply, and this is just for us in the US, Steve. You guys have, in Latin America, you guys have another insurance provider that you use. So talk to Astrid or check your suppliers list for that. But when you're figuring out like your insurance commission, guys, for you using Tin Leg, you're just going to multiply the premium by 0.18, and that will give you the commission amount. Okay. So you're going to, let's just say this is a $350 total sales amount. That would make, and I did it through Viator, so that makes it $35 because it's 10%. Correct. Tin Leg cannot be used for agents outside of the US. This is a US, that is a US only supplier. Like I said, check your supplier list for Mexico and Latin America, or check it directly for Costa Rica. I believe you guys have a insurance provider. Otherwise, email Astrid in the Mexico City office, and she can help you. Expedia Tap, it ranges from 2 to 12%, Leah. So they will give you the commission amount. Same thing with Vax, same thing with Disney. Astrid, I will give you her email address, Steve.
So Mark, I'm sorry. So for Expedia Tab, they will give me the amount.
Yep, they'll tell you what the amount of commission is that you'll earn.
When I fill this out, or on when
Yep.
I made the
No,
booking?
when you book the trip.
Oh, it didn't tell me. It didn't give me any.
It should go back into your bookings.
Okay.
Who's your mentor?
Diane.
Uh, Emily's mom.
Diane Bullock. She's with Marnie's group.
Okay,
Marnie
get
Hernandez.
in touch with Diane or get in touch with Marnie, and they can
Okay.
walk you through how to find it in Expedia tab. It's very simple. If you go into your sales reports, it'll
Okay.
actually give you your commission amounts.
Okay, yeah, because I was looking the other day, I couldn't find it. So maybe I'm not looking in the right place.
Yeah. And
Okay.
Steve, I believe it's Astrid@archertravel.com, but double check that in the back office. So it should be there. It's going to be in the international tab in the travel cafe. Your booking reference ID is going to be your booking number, guys. So like with Viator, you're going to leave the BR off. So B as in boy, R as in Robert. You're going to leave those two letters off, and you're just going to put in the reference ID number. So for this one, what is it? 3, 6, 10. So for Viator, it's 10 numbers. So that's what I would put in for Viator. Yep, itinerary number, booking number, confirmation number, whatever it is called. That is what you are going to put in the booking reference ID. And this will change, and I'll show you here in a minute, okay? Then if there are any additional reference IDs for each person, then you can put that in, but it's not required. Then you click on create, okay? And then boom, there's your first activity. You see the supplier, the type, and then you would see the name. Now, let's add a cruise. So we're going to add the cruise. And we're going to use the same date. Your supplier, my supplier is going to be Virgin Voyages. We're going to say this one's going to start, when are my clients traveling? 10, 22, 29, 25, 10, 29, 2025. I double up on the names. So even though it says if different from the supplier, I just still put in the same company name. Just to double check myself. So Valiant Lady, this is what it would come up with. We're just going to say an $800 estimated commission. I'm just making up numbers here. Okay, whatever. And then create. All right. Okay, so this is a good point, guys. So Tanya, so Tanya, great question. When you guys are putting in your commission tracking forms, you need to do it within 30 days of the initial booking. Okay, and then you can keep adding and editing. Okay, so it needs to be 30 days from the time you make the bookings. Otherwise, you risk losing 20% of your commission. So your commission percentage would go down from 80 to 60. And we don't want that. Okay, that's bad. Very, very bad. Okay, so this is a great point right here. So if you put in the wrong number of characters in your booking reference, this is the error you're going to get. Okay, so Virgin Voyages reservation numbers are 7 numeric characters long. So this is a great teaching moment here. I didn't know that the system did this. There we go. So when I hit create, it came up with that error message. So Tanya, did what I say make sense?
Yes, it did.
Okay, perfect. and then it's created. Okay. So we're just going to now say that everything is added. We're going to submit this. Now watch the magic, guys. Now you're going to see submitted, done, last modified. Now, if you want to go back and edit it and add to it, all you have to do is go into it and click it. Open it back up. Click on the edit button. Hit OK, where it says you are about to edit and that commission number. It'll say editing in progress. And then you just add more travel components. And then you just resubmit it back to commissions as many times as you need to. And that's it, guys. That is the new commission track, the new commissions hub. Are there any questions about it?
I know that you stated you were going to talk about groups later, but I was just wanted to ensure that I can put the leads in now. As the other people are booking, I can change it over to group later. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. So
Okay.
what we're going to do, what I'm actually going to show you, Commissions Hub, right here, there's an
Okay.
instructional video.
Okay.
That's actually on the hub, sorry. The Travel Cafe has a video on how to do, I'm going to get out of this, sorry. The Travel Cafe actually has a video on how to do the group bookings form. And I was going to do it tonight and I completely ran out of time because I was at a meeting for a very, very, very large group booking that I'm working on for January 27. So, I believe they said if you go to commissions, Commissions Hub FAQs. Yep. Commission Hub FAQs. I believe that's it. Yep, there it is. And you go to the group commission tracking form right here.
Okay, great.
And here's the video.
Awesome.
So I'm going to share the video in the chat. Let me just copy the link. Got it copied. Yeah, no problem, Tina. I'll see you in our chat. There is the video for the group commissions tracking form. It is in the chat for you. And I will be reviewing this myself, and I may do a separate video as well. Yeah, you too, Martha. Have a good night. So, but yeah, that is the video for it as well. And like I said, I will be reviewing it probably this weekend or maybe even tomorrow. And I may do a pop-up training, or I will at least do a video on my YouTube about it and do it step by step, just like Archer did. So, but are there any other questions about the Commission Hub, or the credit card authorization form? All righty, guys. Well, if there are no questions tonight, thank you all very much for being here. I will be putting my contact information into the chat at the end of the recording. And for those of you who are watching, or at the end of the live, and for those of you who are watching the recording, my contact information will be in the description of the video. thank you all very much for being here with me tonight. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys learned something. If you do have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. Again, my name is Mark Krebs. I'm a gold qualified consultant with Team Sunset, part of Team Empire, Team World Explorer, and Team Rising Tide. Thank you guys very much for being here tonight with me. I really appreciate it. Again, I do my trainings every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Have a great rest of your week, guys, and happy booking.